If you're MAGA and we go to war, I want you to volunteer to be on the front lines. I want you to go today and sign up to be in the Army, the Coast Guard, the Navy, the Marines, heck, even the Air Force. I want DJT to extend the age that you can enlist so that all MAGA can go and fight this war. Because y'all are for him. I heard a lady today say he deserves our devotion. Do y'all know the meaning of the word devotion? Since this person who is wreaking havoc, stone cold havoc, since you're here for it and cheering it on and applauding it, go to the nearest recruiter, find the recruiter nearest you, ask ChatGPT, where is the Army enlistment office? If you're too old, send your son, send your daughter, send your granddaughter, send your grandson, send your canine, send your dog. We know how y'all feel about dogs. I have dogs and I love my dog, but I'm not for him. Send your dogs to be in the canine units, the bomb sniffers. Send Scruffy to go do that. Send Spot, Buster, Bubba. Send everybody you got since you're for this. Since you stay winning, since you got what you voted for, gonna love us until you hate me. Since y'all are gloating and enjoying all of this so much, I want you to lead the way. Go ahead, have at it. You want to be in the front? No DEI, so take all the black and brown folks out of enlistment, and y'all go fight your war. Now there's some black MAGA that can go with y'all. I do not discriminate; they can go too. But I want all y'all to get ready to go. Take your kids. Take your wives, take your husbands, take your children, take your grandchildren, take your dogs, and maybe they can figure out something for y'all to have cats. We appreciate and thank you for your service. Bonus round, guess what? If you go, well, when you go, you get a pew-pew, lots of them. You love pew-pews, and you get to pew-pew at brown people over there, because that's what y'all are going to be. Can you say schmurder? I don't know if you can say schmurder on TikTok. Let me delete that. You get uniforms, and you get to do it all with your friends. You can fly your flags, your MAGA flags, and yes, it's going to be, we appreciate it. You know what? Thank you for just stepping in and stepping up. God bless you. God bless you.
I thought it would be easier talking about leaving MAGA as a 3-time Trump voter than it is, but some of y'all are really mean. And I get this was me this time last year, but that doesn't matter because, again, my feelings matter. Years never mattered. The level of hate I'm getting is unreal. People telling me to have accountability, to put the work into my community instead of coming on the internet and crying for myself. Like, you just don't get it. So much for the tolerant left. You guys are exactly how the right describes you. Like, how do you not get that this shit is hard?
Baron, this goes out to you specifically, unless, of course, bone spurs are hereditary. I'm not sure that they are, so find your way down to the local recruiting office down there in Mar-a-Lago. But for all you gender-affirming care, four-wheel drive pickup owners that kiss your sister, and all you see you next Tuesdays, get on down there as well. 0800, it opens up. If you're too old, send your sons and your daughters, because it's time for you to step up to the plate. I did. I got a DD-214. Either put up or shut that cake hole under your nose. You voted for it, you own it. Semper Fi, Gunny out.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I'm hoping that you are doing great from whatever you're watching this video from now. I'm your host and presenter, HDoc Stories, and I want to talk about something. I'm seeing right now white Americans are really trying so much to deflect, and they're deflecting from the truth. They're deflecting from the accountability. For the longest time, this is something that they should have seen coming. I don't think they don't know who Mr. Donald Trump is. And even when they voted for him, they really know who he was and what he's capable of. There's a group of people that chose violence. There's a group of people that didn't want to choose peace. But right now, they're running back to the black community, and they're finding when the doors are closed and there is no one to give them a hug, and they are sad, and they're just not sad. I mean, they're just not happy about this. Well, black people are trying to remind them that, you know what, you need to be responsible. You need to take accountability of what you've done. And this is what's happened. I mean, and this is what happens. Something that happens is this: take accountability. And in this case, what is the accountability? The accountability is you need to match yourself to the military front line and go fight for your country. Because while you are out there beating your chest saying other people are immigrants and you are American citizens, now this is the time for you to prove that. This is the time for you to prove that everything you chose you think was right and you should support it. But what are we saying? We are getting to see a lot of these white Americans who voted for Donald Trump, Donny the Boy, trying to deflect from the truth. They are trying to deflect from the truth. And the truth that they're deflecting from is this: yes, you voted for Mr. Donald Trump. This is what he's doing. Right now, you're starting to see that, oh, this person ain't doing something right, or something that we subscribe to. Remember, I watched you people, I watched you from the day you voted for Mr. Donald Trump. I was on my TV, I was on my screen, and I was seeing all these happening. You feel me? And I saw the way you talked about people on the left, and I saw how you talked about black people and how black people felt about it. It wasn't a good feeling. But now everything is coming to clarity, and people are getting to know the truth. Because as I said, everything that's being done on the darkness will one day come to light. And brothers and sisters, we are getting to see all things that happened in the dark coming to light. When Mr. Donald Trump said that, when the Danny the Boy said that, I will bring peace, I'll fight for this country, MAGA people supported that. You think Trump stands for peace? Well, I don't know. But I think this is the time for you to stop crying. Stop saying that you voted for MAGA 3 times. Take accountability. You need to take accountability. This is the time for you to take accountability and prove that what you're saying, that what you stand for, indeed. Otherwise, you're just a confused person who doesn't know what they're doing. But brothers and sisters, I want you to watch this video, and then I'll be back. I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this. And for those who are watching me for the first time, I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel, join the membership, and really get to see what I can offer you. But until then, let's get into it. I'll be back, right?
As a white woman who has been a Democrat since I was old enough to vote my first election, which was in 2008, and has voted blue up and down the ballot every time, both in state and federal elections, I feel I need to speak on this with the discourse that's going around about the people who have left MAGA and who are feeling kind of defeated that they're not getting the support that they want from those of us on the left. And I say this with love and compassion, but we don't owe you that. You made your choices. You had all the information in front of you. And I do understand that there's a lot of layers to, growing up in religious households or growing up with conservative parents. I wouldn't know because that wasn't me. But as an adult, you have the ability, even as a young adult, even as a teenager, right? You have the ability to critically think and to research and to look up and see what things are going on, and also listening to the opinions of others and fact checking the things that you hear. What has been happening in this country for the past 10 years is egregious, and it has affected every single one of us, most of us for the worst. And for some people, it has affected our family members as well. And for a lot of people, it's affected more than just that. It's affected their livelihood. It's affected their finances. It's affected their safety. And we don't owe you forgiveness. Now, for me, I teeter-totter a little bit with my feelings on it because although I find it challenging to forgive the things that and the decisions that you've made, I do want to approach at least the people in my life who have started to make changes. I don't want to come at them with a "I told you so" attitude, but more of like a "I'm proud of you and it's going to take a lot of work and the work you need to do because you need to see not only how it's affecting you now, but how it's affected all of us for the past 10 years." And as far as like the people in my life, which there are very few that I associate with who are MAGA, I would say more they consider themselves conservative, not necessarily MAGA, but what's the difference really? I will be a person that will help you find resources to deconstruct what you've been learning and what you used to believe in, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be the one to, hold space for you in those moments or give you the empathy that you feel you deserve. This is something that you need to do on your own, and you definitely can't expect everyone else to hold your hand through it. And you definitely can't expect people of color, especially women of color, to feel empathetic towards you. So just something to take into consideration. Your choices as a collective are the reason we are in this predicament today. And I can say that I'm proud of those who are deconstructing, but we don't owe you anything for doing that.
If you voted for Trump, go enlist in the military so we don't have to do a draft. Go, this is your war to fight because you voted for it. You voted for this war, so go, get your camos on. Go use that Second Amendment you constantly defend after school shootings. Go! And don't say you didn't know he was gonna do this. We told you how many fucking times, and you still voted for him. You knew what he was capable of, and you still voted. Go! Get your camo on! Hurry, get your camo on! The fucking tanks are leaving without you!
If you voted for Trump, go ahead and draft yourself into any military branch and step up to the front of the fucking line. Even if you don't meet the physical requirements, even if you're disabled, even if you don't meet the ASVAB score, even if you're a veteran and you voted for him, get your ass back in and go fight for us now.
My least favorite coworker did 8 years in the Marines before he got out, and he voted for Trump. So like, is there a hotline or like a website I can go to re-enlist him? I think it's like his time to shine and be on the front lines.
You think I should get on the front lines and help Iran and fight for the people? Why would I do that? I'm an American and I'm anti-war. Since you're pro-war, I think you should go hit your nearest recruitment office and sign up. Don't be a pussy though. Remember what you said here, front lines. And if you can't do it, how about your kids? If you don't have kids, how about your husband? Or, wife. I know it says Mrs., but if not, then one of your other family members or friends. You want it, so you do it.
You care about that, right? You want hardworking Americans. Okay, great. Then why didn't you vote for Kamala Harris, who wanted to do a 25% down payment on a home for people that are struggling to live paycheck for paycheck? Why didn't you vote for Kamala Harris, who does not? Hold on. I'm going to tell you who's going to pay for it. That was my next point. Donald Trump gave the biggest tax breaks to the top 1% in this country and his billionaire friends. Kamala Harris wanted to lower the tax bracket to 27% for income families that are making under $400,000 total income. Donald Trump is going to do the opposite, just like he did in his first administration. So I believe you, sir, David, when you say you think it's terrible that people can't afford a home, that people are losing homes. I'm with you 100% on that. Then why would you vote against your interest and vote for a guy by the name of Donald J. Trump, who does not want to give tax breaks to those that are struggling, who does not want to give a $25,000 down payment to people that are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck? Why do people like you vote against your own interests?
So when you're saying that she was going to tax other people. So
yes, the top 1%. The top, no, that's not how it works. She doesn't want to give, I'm going to explain it. I'm explaining it to you. She doesn't want to give the biggest tax breaks in decades to billionaires and CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Most Democrats agree with Kamala Harris that they want the rich to pay their fair share. Now, what do I mean by that? I'll tell you why. If you're making $25,000 a year, you shouldn't be paying the same percentage on taxes as somebody like an Elon Musk. But MAGA Republicans and the people, with all due respect, that you voted for, Donald Trump, do not want to change their tax bracket percentage-wise to the billionaires. You see, if billionaires paid a higher percentage on their taxes and those living paycheck to paycheck got a break on their taxes, which is exactly what Kamala Harris wanted to do, then the people that you say you're...
Other people paying for my house, they're paying a higher percentage.
It's not
that money, and then
it's not. It's not. It's a. It's a because it's a loan, and over time you would have to pay it back. And you know why they'd be able to pay it back? Because Kamala Harris, wait for it, wanted to lower their taxes. It was in her plan that so many people, maybe people like you, said Kamala Harris, wait for it, wanted to lower their taxes.
It's like AJ Sanchez. Why aren't you registering for the military? Go fight for your country. If you voted for Trump, this is your war. You should not have to mention a draft or anything like that because this is what y'all voted for. And then if you're on ICE, you should automatically get registered. Y'all first, actually.
So I thought it would be a great time to explore some MAGA logic this morning. So according to Trump and all of his supporters, Kamala Harris, if she had been elected, she would have gotten us into a war, into World War III. So by Trump's own logic, he is only doing what a strong black woman would have done. Am I following this correct? Here's the problem with everybody in the MAGA cult. You cannot see that you're digging your own hole, that every accusation is an admission. Trump is doing all of the things that he accused Kamala Harris would do. So help me to understand your logic. If you think Harris would have gotten us into war, and that's why you didn't vote for her, but now you are standing by Trump as he drags us into wars, he's only doing the same things that you said Kamala Harris would do. Make it make sense. So that means, according to your logic, Harris would have been right, correct? I don't know. You guys are strange. I don't think you have an ounce of integrity, and I don't believe you have any principles that you actually stand on, and they just change with the wind, and they change by whatever Trump tells you to believe and tells you to think.
I think instead of coming online and crying about how you voted for Trump 3 times, have left MAGA, and now the left is not fucking with you and people are telling you they don't forgive you, I think you need to go seek therapy. And that is me coming from an empathetic place, like trying to be nice, because the more I see these videos and I see these mainly women crying and talking about how like they feel like everything has been a lie and their families and this stuff, you need to, 1, work on your family stuff, and 2, accept that like nothing you do can change what you've done. You know, you just have to accept that. And then also 2, you cannot change other people's opinions of you, and that's like, you can't make people like you. You can't change people's actions, and you have to just accept that even if people don't forgive you, you should still do what's right. You still have to like figure out what you believe in and stand on it. And hopefully, since you guys are coming to the conclusion that, oh my God, this man is doing so much harm, and secondly, it's obvious you guys feel a lot of guilt and shame because you realize that by voting for him, you like indirectly contributed to this. You cannot put it on everyone else who is also going through it but didn't vote for it to relieve you of your shame and guilt. I can't do that for you. Even if people wanted to. Like, even if people weren't in your comments telling you that they didn't fucking like you, deep down, you probably would still be upset at yourself. You would still probably experience shame and guilt regardless. I need you also to accept that it's not just on everyone else why you feel like shit about what's going on. You need to go work that out. You need to probably also go and like volunteer and do community work and do things like that to combat all of the harm that's being done, or not all, but like things that are within your control. Obviously you can't stop this man from like bombing fucking Iran, but like do what's in your control because the continuous like coming onto this app and crying and telling us like acting as if you got swept up by the ocean into hatefulness. It's like you're not gonna ever get the response, especially while this man is still in office, that, oh my God, poor you, we all feel bad, you're forgiven. Like, this isn't confession. This is really bad, y'all. I like, you really just need to go do the work that you need to do with like a professional and keep it pushing, because you can't take the vote back. You know what I mean? But please just stop crying on the fucking internet about how you voted for Trump. Nobody wants to hear that. I'm sorry, nobody.
It's very hard not to be angry at what's going on. It's very hard to know that someone voted for this. To know that someone voted for Trump is to feel like there is a certain responsibility on that person, and there is, for everything that's happening right now. But I want to make something very clear. It's not too late to stand up against this. At some point, you have to say that this shit is wrong. And some conservatives are starting to do that. And I applaud you. But I have seen some posts of people talking about how they're leaving MAGA, about how they just can't justify it anymore, and they're slowly backing away from something that they had wrapped so much of their own identity in. And I get that. I resonate with that. As someone who's deconverted from Christianity and I was deep in it, it's difficult. It's difficult to admit, A, you were wrong, B, you probably said shit to people that you shouldn't have said, and C, you may or may not have done things, voting for example, that later down the line manifested in a way that you no longer support. As much frustration as I feel, and I feel like it's valid frustration for people to have, I think we all need to take a step back and be more welcoming to people who are realizing that they were wrong or that they no longer align with those values. Because the comments I was seeing to these people who were saying they were leaving MAGA, a lot of them were extremely unsupportive, and I so understand the rage, right? I understand the frustration, but we can't do this, fam. We have got to understand that it takes something for someone to admit they were wrong and to want to make a change. And we need people on our team right now. We need people. We need everyone to be on the team of us that think executing Americans in the street is wrong. I want everyone to join that team, and I want everyone to feel safe putting down their guard and stepping over the line into a new group of people, because I know it's hard. And as mad as we may be, and if you're someone who is making that step, congratulations. You're probably going to meet some people who are angry. That comes with the territory, but there are so many more of us that are going to welcome you, accept you, and thank you for being open-minded and making this change, because we need every single one of us on this side of history. Now, where I think you can place your anger is with the government continuing to do this, and with the people who, despite seeing the government continuing to do this, stay on the side of MAGA blindly. Support the execution of Americans because they shouldn't have had a gun, even though they're the ones who fought for people to have guns. Be mad at them. Be mad at the people who are unwilling to rethink and who can see videos with their own eyes and still say, well, he's a domestic terrorist. We can all be mad collectively at those people.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great from, wherever you're watching this video. I think it's time for these people to take accountability. It's inevitable that all we need right now is for you to take accountability, because this is what you wanted since time immemorial. We've seen black folks trying to talk to you. We've seen black folks try to warn you and tell you all the disadvantages and all these things, how they are going to be affecting you. But guess what? You didn't listen to that. You didn't even care to listen and at least understand what they were trying to tell you. So this, as a matter of fact, this is what happened. You voted for Mr. Donald Trump, thinking that this is what's going to change your life. But look, how is it changing your life right now? Because you are patriot, right? You say that you voted for peace, right? I think this is the time for you to go and emerge. Right now, as the news is coming, I don't know if the numbers has changed, but we have 3 American soldiers that have died on the battle. That tells you that people need people who are patriotic like you, because you said, you understand that when you are voting, you say that you are patriotic of your country. And all these decisions that you're making them for your country. And I think if you say those words and everyone had you correct, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Right now, you are supposed to be standing for your country. Because I think that's the right thing to do. Since you decided to vote for Mr. Donald Trump. Trump lied to all of you. And he told you that he's not going to be bringing he's not going to bring any war. He's going to stand for peace. But right now, allegedly, we are seeing him trying to bring World War III. Accountability. It is time for you to take accountability and stop deflecting from the truth, because that's the only thing that will set you free. Once you stand with what you decided, why are you right now trying to run from Trump? Why are you trying to run from Danny the boy? Yet you made it. You made this decision with your clear mind. This is what you stood for. This is what you believed was right. You didn't believe that people from the left were trying to warn you about all this. You only find some possible reasons to find an excuse for looking weaknesses on the other side while not seeing the bigger picture. Right now, this is affecting you. This is affecting everyone. But it is your fault. It is all of your fault. And this is the message that I'm going to be telling like black people. I think this tale reminds black Americans one thing, that all you need is unity. Because you saw and you are seeing right now how your unity is making people trying to come back to you. Right now, white folks that voted for Mr. Donald Trump, they are trying to come back to the black community. And right now, since they cannot get that acceptance because of their narcissistic behaviors, they are now crying and deflecting from the truth. And now they want to become so much moral, right? They want to become so much moral. And now the moral of the story is that they are trying to say that we have tried to ask for forgiveness and they have not received me with an open hand. And now this is what is happening. I think those people are bad people. I should just stay where I am. Yeah, I keep crying. Because that's a decision that you chose for yourself. That's a fate that you decided that you're the one who is going to follow. And right now, it's coming back to you. And right now, you are getting this. You're just getting what you wanted. The same energy that you used while voting for Mr. Donald Trump is the same energy that you get from black people when you come back to them. You cannot just take black people like a kicking ball that you just want to kick them whatever you want. You can come and you can go the way you want. I mean, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And it has never worked like that for the longest time. So this is what is happening. You need to try to figure out how you're going to help yourself. And the best possible way of doing this is to truly and in the best way try to have accountability, because that's what's going to be helping you. When you have accountability and accepting that, oh, we made a mistake, and now what can we do after making this mistake? But all of you just want to deflect from the truth. And that's what all of you are right now trying to do. I really don't know where you're coming from, but this is the point. The amount of deflection that we have seen from those people that voted for Mr. Donald Trump, the rate is so alarming. And right now they want to come back to the black community. And they are thinking that they should be accepted with both hands, like nothing ever happened, like they never made any wrong decision that is making America be where it is today, that is making the lives of a lot of people be so much hard, that is making innocent people die in all these wars, like you've heard the kids and everyone and everything that is happening to them. So people are not taking this lightly. And it is a reminder to you that it's time you start learning to be accountable for the mistakes that you've made. So brothers and sisters, please let me know what you think about this video. As you know, I'm your host and presenter IG Stories, and if you're watching me for the first time, I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel, join the membership, and really get to see what I can offer you. And for those who are always supporting me, coming back to my channel, man, sending super thanks and everything, man, I really appreciate the support that you are giving me, because without you, I can't be having all these, motivation to talk to you. So I really appreciate the support you're giving me, how you're showing up to my channel, man. I'm really, really grateful for the support that you all giving me, man. I'm really, really appreciative for everything. But until then, brothers and sisters, I'm hoping to see you on my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.